Hello, once again, loyal viewers. Normally, your friend Wild Elf here at Games Wild Elf 26 would be doing a video probably from the makeshift YouTube studio. But this is going to be a walk-and rant, so we're out and about. And you know the nature of these walk-and rants. It's not about the video quality. The video imagery is beside the point. It's just about the subject matter of the conversation. And whether or not you have comments to contribute on that, or a different side of it, or whatever, you know, or if you liked some of the things expressed in the walk and rant. So that being said, we'll get this walk and rant started. This walk and rant is going to be about social media, you know, social media and video games, and AI. There's a lot of talk about AI these days, a lot of worries, at least as far as people in the high-tech sectors who have high-tech jobs are very worried about AI taking their jobs. Okay, let's start the walk and rant. Okay. So people are worried if they're in a job, a tech job position of some sort, or something that heavily relies on computers and office computer programs, whether you call them apps or exec files or whatever, for the nature of their businesses. Now, there's a lot of people away from their regular day job. They might have like an eBay job where they're selling stuff on eBay, you know, and that's different. That's private. That kind of falls into a chapter of a side gig. And the thing about side gigs like that, you have to have money, capital, already invested in it, because you're going to need things like packaging, of course. You're going to need to be able to pay postage, whether it's through the regular United States mail service, or if it's perhaps through a private company such as Amazon shipping, or UPS, or in a lesser sense, DHL. In my area, you don't see a lot of DHL trucks here in Central Florida currently. But yeah, AI. And I think a lot of people have had gripes, speaking about the social media with AI part, they've had gripes about what they call AI slop, which is content that's created through instructions given to an AI program. And basically nobody actually created anything other than writing the story and writing the conditions that the AI is supposed to create from. And it doesn't take a genius to do this stuff. Any slob on the block that has access to a decent computer setup, a very strong internet connection, private Ethernet is most likely the route that they would go. Kind of like those arcade one-ups, you know. Arcade one-ups are not so good for Wi-Fi connection. And people that have a few of those, they know that it interrupts, and they're trying to do two-player matches or two-player co-ops on certain arcade games, and they will glitch out occasionally. They will glitch out because the connection is not secure. And when it comes to Wi-Fi, there's a definite delay. Can't be helped. Even if you have a very strong Wi-Fi signal, there will be some delay, because the device sends out data. It then gets received by the Wi-Fi system that routes it and then transmits it on a cellular carry signal. And in some cases, it'll transmit through some land communication lines, whether that be old-fashioned phone or some kind of deliberate Ethernet cable system that might have been laid in the ground or on your posts or something. And for the creme de la creme, you know, for the Richie Riches out there, they probably have a setup for internet that does include an Ethernet connection, but probably uses very specific fiber optics. Not quite the old phone hookups, but the more modernized fiber optics for high data transmission for long distances at incredible speeds. And since we no longer have what was proposed as net neutrality, that means that if you have a lower signal system that you're paying for somewhere, it's going to remain low speed. And low speed will affect your online computer stuff. It will affect your online gameplay for 1-ups and other systems that are online gameplay compatible. And this is just, factual reasons. The equipment is the limitations. But AI slop, we were just talking about, there's a lot of it appearing on social media, not just YouTube. I understand it's also been popping up on TikToks and Facebooks and all that. And we're also, of course, in the age of a technology that they call deep fake. So between AI and deep fake, they can make videos of almost anything. So this is interesting because authenticating videos, especially if it's for something important, or some kind of official claim through some kind of court or civil trial or something, now they can contest the legitimacy of certain videos, and then the videos have to be subject to very, very intricate authentication investigation. And yeah, they can tell. They can tell when AI has been used, and there's different markers, and people way above my particular technical grade know all the individual secrets in and outs of that. So I be just a humble gaming elf here in Central Florida. Arr. But yeah, and I believe, what was it recently? Oh, Gasparilla in Tampa Bay. Yeah, if you guys don't know what Gasparilla Festival is in Tampa Bay, Florida, please Google that now. Here's a hint. If you like any of the Caribbean stuff, you're going to want to visit this Gasparilla Fest at some point. But, yeah, there were some yahoos driving by a minute ago. I don't know if the audio came onto the video or not. But yeah, folks, the AI, it is an imminent threat to certain high-tech jobs. It just naturally is. Corporations want to pay people less and less and less, and the higher grade jobs that are computer skills related, that's why so much money is being invested into these AI developments in the first place. They want to basically eliminate a slew of high dollar jobs. They want the same kind of work done at the lowest possible pay rate. And that's shocking, especially for people that may or may not have multiple jobs or something. Nowadays, well, especially, I can't speak for the rest of the country, but I could say here in Florida, having just one legitimate job, it is something that people are almost manically, death grip on certain jobs they have down here. You have a hard time getting in. There's a lot of phantom job postings. And for the people that do a lot of internet applications, phantom job postings are a higher degree likely for internet applications than they are for the old-fashioned paper applications. Why? Well, one, they had to print out a bunch of paper applications, and then they had to pay for those. So they typically don't want to part ways with those applications unless it's somebody that they see as a viable candidate just as they are, as they're in person. And seeing someone in person and then getting the application later from them kind of gives them an idea of what the person would be like in their business, you know, whatever that business happens to be, and whether or not they had a good demeanor the first few times they saw them. You know, they say first impressions, and they're very true about that. The human nature, unfortunately, human beings, you know, it may come to a shock to a lot of people, but human beings are extremely superficial. Such a shock. Yeah, they're very superficial. You know, there's so many people that say they're part of this group of thought or this group of belief system or something. And many of them say, oh, you know, do not judge. Only the mighty ones, only the creators can ever give judgment. Well, human beings are the most judgmental things in the galaxy, I would say. I haven't been out those parts, so I can only speak for this planet. But yeah, human beings are the most judgmental. They're the most superficial. They will judge people and misjudge people for all the wrong reasons. And it's hard for them to get an accurate judgment on anybody because of how instinctual superficiality is. And I've also noticed if they've had a remarkably comfortable lifestyle the majority of their life, especially if they've been very privileged, you know, or uniquely privileged for a majority of their life, then their judgment is even more fickle, you know, that's the word we'll use, more fickle. They do more damnation judgments of people in a more severe way, more quickly than the other folks. People that have had difficulties in life, you know, not had privilege, not had a comfortable life throughout their life, they're more inclined to give people a longer reach, a better chance, you know, even beyond a 50-50 chance in some cases. And those people are gold. They're worth their weight in gold. But here's the thing. If you find people that are of the 50-50 type chance, then your chances are good, you know, especially if you're showing some sort of interest in being under their brand, working for them for whatever position, rate, salary, whatever. And as long as you're a basically decent worker, you know, you shouldn't have a ton of problems. And those are physical jobs. I'm not talking about the computer-heavy tech jobs that AI is threatening currently. Now, some people go, oh, well, you know, AI is only threatening these computer jobs, you know. And to a degree, that's mostly correct. But as human robotics and humanoid looking robotics improve, they've already shown some test runs that robots of a humanoid shape are being used in security positions as well as warehouse. So it's something to think about, folks. You have a great one. Everybody be kind of cautious. Give your friends a good handshake. And this is Wild Elf here in Central Florida on Games Wild Elf 26 channel. Like and subscribe, folks, if you feel like it. Thank you.